Hello, my good people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching us from. Hamjambo nyote, muregadwa nyumba yake kuna movie. Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is The Village Girl by Mercy Githuku. So, as I promised last week, today this village girl will be sharing her own story. It has not been an easy journey for me. I have my ups, my downs. I overcame whatever I was going through, and it has been a challenge, a learning experience. I've learned a lot through my journey. There's so many things that I would correct the 20 years Masikiduku, and that is the journey that I'll be sharing and share how it's going. I hope it's going to encourage somebody. Welcome. Welcome back. Yeah, as I promised today, I'll be giving my own story. Um, I am typically a simple village girl, just as my YouTube channel suggests. I grew up in Subuki, a place called Gerangero. That's where I grew up. I went to school there. I finished my secondary school there, and then I came to Nairobi and joined Moi University, Nairobi campus. So I did hospitality, hotel and restaurant management, and then after there, I was out looking for a job. So I found this job. I was a cashier at a restaurant, and I worked there for sometimes, I guess, a year. So during this time, because while I was at school on my last year, the very last year, I was dating somebody, and when I was already out of school, we decided, why not try this? He had also graduated he graduated the same year, but from a different campus. So we started life, which was okay, which was good. We're trying this and we're trying this and just to grow together and make this beautiful family. And you know, when you're young, you have this picture of oh, when I get to 25, I will be married, I will have a kid, I will be having a good job, so I will be okay. Number one, I didn't have a good job, but I thank God for the one that I had, because I was at least managing to pay my bills, so it was okay. So I started living with this person, and you know, in Kenya, you cohabitate with somebody for more than 6 months, you're married. You don't need a certificate. I didn't say that, but anyway, you're married if you cohabitate with somebody for more than 6 months. So we lived together, and by 2011, was it 2011 or 2011, January, I conceived, and yes, I became pregnant. I was excited. At the same time, I was like, oh, I wanted this, but again, I'm a little bit shaken. I'm like, how did it happen? But yes, it happened. Yeah, I don't know if it's just me or everyone feels this, but for me, when I realized I was pregnant, I was excited. At the same time, I was worried. I was like, will I make it to be the best mom? Will I give this kid the best? Will I love this child unconditional? Will I be able to provide for this kid like more than my parents provided for me? Those were some of the things that I was debating on my mind, but I really wanted to have a baby. It was not a mistake. I really wanted to have the baby, and the father of the babies also wanted to have the baby. So it was an exciting thing. So on my first trimester, I cannot work. I'm sickly. I'm really, really sickly. Like, it was just something else. I could not stand the smell of a bar soap. So it was extremely bad. So I could not work, I could not do anything. So we decided, because life is hard now, because I'm not working, I cannot work. He has to work, and being that he's working alone, we had to relocate to the village, now to their village, not my home area, but to his mama's place. So we went there, we stayed there. It was a little bit life was a little bit cheaper because we are not paying for the rent, so we are only buying like food, and then we get ready for the kids, for the kid. At that point it was the kid. So we go there. I don't have a job, so I cannot even go for a scan. I don't know what the sex of the baby or anything. I get to my that trimester, I still don't know if I am carrying a boy or a girl. Uh, and mind you, I'm not even prepared well because I don't have good finances. So I don't have clothes. I have not bought anything. We are trying to save as much we can so that uh, we can buy everything for the kids. Trust me, it was difficult. So I get slightly after I got to my third trimester, we go for a scan, and when I get there, I'm excited, like I want to know the sex of the baby. So the doctor is just applies the gel on my tummy and then does whatever the thing that he does, and he's like, "Hey mama, ulikuwa unataka nini, like when you're coming for the scan, ulikuwa unakuja kwa scan juu ya nini? Ulikuwa unataka kujua sex ya mtoto? Ulikuwa unataka kujua kama mtoto is doing okay, or what was your agenda of coming for the scan?" I'm like, "Hey, nilikuwa nataka kujua kama ni kijana au ni msichana." And then all of a sudden the dog stops and he's like, "Okay mama, ulikuwa," these were his exact words, "Mama, ulikuwa unatarajia watoto wangapi?" At that point I was like, "Kwani niko na wangapi?" And he was like, "Hey, you have twins." And at that point, the doctor, I guess, expected me to like get excited and all that. For me, I got shocked. I started crying. Like, I started crying. I was shocked. I was like, twins. I was this small girl, like really small girl, and I'm being told that I'm carrying twins. So whatever came into my mind first was like, how am I going to have two kids? Like, how am I going to deliver? Yet I'm so small. I was weighing, I guess, less than 55 kgs at that point. So he started counseling me, it's okay. So I was like, will I be able to deliver normally and all this? And he was like, yeah, people are able to do that. You just need a lot of exercise. You need to eat well, work on your diet. Even if you have like 2 months left, you have to work on your diet and all that. He did a lot of counseling at that point, which was really helpful to me. And I calmed down, and then I went home. So I get home, and this person, the father of my kid, was not at home at that moment. So I called him and I was like, we are expecting twins, so we have to make some adjustment. If it's the clothes, everything that we need to buy for the kids, they have to come into two. And I don't even know the sex of the baby because the babies are too tiny, they could not see the sex of the baby. I could feel the shock on how quiet he went. And I was like, okay. And I thought it's not a big deal. I also got shocked when I was told they're twins, and remembering we have some financial issues. So life goes on and we continue, and I gave birth to my kids. It was via CS, because by the time I was going to deliver, one of the baby was still like on a seated position, and there was no space to turn, because by the time I was going to deliver, on that specific day, I was at 51 kgs. 51 kgs with my twins. So you can imagine how small I was. I was really, really small. So it had to be CS. So I went through CS. I had my kids. They were healthy. Okay. Oh God. Holding those babies on my hands on the first day. It was just the most amazing thing. So after that, we go back home to my mother-in-law's place, and we are there for like slightly a month. They have gone through some of the injections. The injection you go after delivery, so they get their jobs and they're okay. So then we're still communicating both because he was still not around. I was with his mom, he was still not around. So he calls, we talk and everything. And then the following morning, that is one day, like slightly after when the kids were 2 months. When the kids were 2 months, I guess they had just turned 2 months. Yeah, so there's this day we're talking, we talk. We're this job where people, long distance relationships, working perfectly well. And good night, and we sleep. In the morning, I wake up to this long text. Oh, Jesus. The text was move on with your life because I've already moved on with my, and I cannot be able to take care of 2 babies. I expected to have 1 kid, so I'm not in a position to take care of 2 kids. Jesus, where do you start? I don't have a job. I don't have a job. I have 2 babies, 2 infants here with me. And you've been told he cannot be able to take care of kids. He wanted 1 kid, not 2. So I